Toy Story 2 is a 3D platformer collectathon with a rather distinctive, diminutive perspective. You play in real-world locations, but you're only a few inches tall. From this angle, everyday environs become fantastical, larger-than-life obstacles. It's a genius selling point that instantly evokes a sense of wonder and majesty, and there's a reason this game's so strongly stuck with a whole generation of kids. When you're little, everything around you is exciting and expansive, in large part due to your own small stature, and playing with even smaller figures makes your already grand surroundings all the grander. Toy Story 2 doesn't waste this powerful premise either. Its every level employs immense verticality, asking you to climb to dizzying heights using springy sofas, floating sponges, decorative railing, anything you can get your tiny plastic mitts on. There's something surreal about entering a familiar space and scaling down your real-world understanding to match Buzz's. You start to see opportunities in everything, asking curious questions about otherwise mundane scenery. Is this cardboard box going to get me the height I need? Can I climb across this gutter? What if I use the fridge interior to reach the dining table? It helps that the actual platforming is so tight. Buzz has an appreciable arsenal for an early platformer mascot, including a ranged blast that can either be spammed or charged, 3 distinct melee attacks, and a super lenient double jump. There's a surprising amount of utility for each, and the combat is actually pretty dynamic as a result. You can knock enemies away with a quick melee tap or charge up for a more devastating spin, but that might leave you vulnerable after. Or you can plink away to distance with your laser, if you can aim. You can also lock on in first person for a more sure shot, but that leaves you standing open to enemy assault. This versatility is also prevalent in the platforming, with several surprisingly tight trials that expect expert timing of Buzz's single and double jumps. It's not brutally difficult, but they don't pull punches either. There are the timed challenges that require remarkable precision, ranging from basic tests of your analog dexterity to hazardous hops over an open abyss to dizzying zipline dares. But there are also grueling endurance gauntlets tasking you to climb higher and higher and higher, ramping tension as the price for failure grows. There are also, surprisingly enough, some minor Metroidvania elements, similar to something like Spyro. You can return to prior levels with unlocked abilities and see the scenery from new angles, acquiring additional collectibles in the process. It's rarely explicitly necessary, but this sort of backtracking adds a lot of character. It makes the levels feel far more expansive and mysterious, adding to the already profound sense of wonder and curiosity. Basically, this is a darn good game. It's not the only title to take on pint-sized platforming, but it's probably the best in class. It manages to harbor several seriously distinct level themes, genuinely challenging platforming, and even passable combat. At about 3 hours or so, it's also short and sweet, and more than that, it's clever and creative. You shouldn't go in expecting a hyper-polished masterwork or anything, but this is a classic entry into collectathon canon.